Okay, we are live. Come back again to us live. Right now, I have with me four individuals, different countries, and the purpose of this live is to inspire any individuals out there. Either you are a current an employees or you are a full-time parents, then who are looking for a side hustle to make another stream of income from your home apart from your job. Maybe you want to stay tuned and listen to us and why we chose this digital business. So we were thank you, ladies and gents, for being here. Keith, Ari, Kate, and Natasha. So I will just go right into the questions that normally people ask about the business, and you guys can tell us about why you chose this business and about your background right now. And then we have so many options out there, yeah, to make another stream of income from home. So many, but why particularly this one? So I will just start with Keith. Go ahead, Keith.
So yeah, so the question is why did I pick this business? Well, I wasn't searching for an online business. At the time I was working overseas in Cuba, and I did that for over 20 years. I worked in the oil and gas industry. And what happened was is I was following a couple that I know that are in this business, and I watched what it was doing for them. I came to Canada for some days off, and I actually picked the phone up and I talked to them, and we had a couple of conversations. And as you know, in our training, we don't disclose everything at the start, and that's what they did with me as well. They directed me to a webinar. I watched it, and I was kind of confused about what's going on, as I'm sure most of you were as well. But I was definitely interested in it, and I called and I talked to them again, and I booked a coaching call, talked to that lady for a little bit, and then I just bought in. And that was in 2020, and then again I was working in Cuba, and I married a Cuban lady, and we were immigrating to Canada. So I was working, trying to go through the immigration process. Then the world shut down with the COVID thing, so I couldn't do anything with the business up until last year. But that's it in a nutshell. Quick story, but that's how I found this business. Yeah. I wasn't looking for it, it just happened.
Okay, so you know the lady who ran this business earlier years ago. So it's based on trust, right? Many of us here didn't know anybody about who ran the business, and we just clicked on the webinar and watch, and it's kind of make us feeling skeptical. Yeah, is it true? Is it legit? So maybe, but it's not your case at the time because you trust that people, they're making good money.
Right.
Um, and they're living their life, and then that's how it started with you, right? So
Right. Absolutely.
interesting. And why, but you're until now you're still running your business. Why do you have like one reason why you're still here, Keith? What is the most reason you chose this one?
Well, I guess there's two reasons. One, I'm doing it for my family and my wife's family in Cuba. We still help them out financially, but the bigger reason is working in the oil and gas industry, and specifically what I did for a living. I was always having to go somewhere, whether it was on a plane or driving up in Canada, where I could drive 13, 14, 15, 16 hours and be gone for weeks on end and working 12 hours a day. And uh, I'm tired of all of that. I'm not a young man anymore. You know, if I was in my 20s or 30s again and I lost my job, I'd probably be on the next plane going somewhere, going to work. But now I'm in my mid 50s, and I don't want to I don't want that lifestyle anymore. It was fun when I was young, don't get me wrong. I had a blast doing what I was doing. It was so much fun, but yeah, that's what I want to do. I want a change of lifestyle, and I'm slowing down a little bit, and I want to do different things. I don't want to be away from my home. So
Mhm.
that's probably the biggest reason, Debbie.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that's the most reason because of our family. Yeah, we want to stay here and see our kids grow, right? Spend more time, not just catching up for the salary and then pay the bills and then didn't have
Right.
any time with the kids, right? So with doing this business, you can literally can do it from home. So thank you, Keith. Now I want to go to Natasha from Spain. What about you, Natasha? What bring you here? And maybe you can tell a little bit about your story.
Well, I when I found this business, I was like just like Keith. I wasn't looking for anything to do online. I lost my job previous to me starting this business, and
Mm,
I was a medical interpreter before I the current job that
mhm,
I have now, and I did that for 8 years, and I thought that was going to last me for a lifetime, and then just suddenly, I was laid off, and just due to economical reasons, the company was going through, they couldn't keep me. So I was devastated. I've never been, I've never been unemployed in my life, and it was like,
mm,
oh my god, what am I going to do now? And
mm,
I have kids and this and that.
mm,
So my husband said at that time, take a break, Natasha, relax. You'll find a job, and it's not that I won't find a job. It's just what kind of job am I going to find?
mm,
What kind
exactly.
of job is
Mm-hmm,
going to fit into the lifestyle I have. I'm back then when I started, because I started in 2019, and my kids were still younger, and now they're teenagers, so now they do their own thing. But back then it was difficult to combine my family life, school activities, and all that with a job. So I listened to my husband. I took some time off, but yeah, after a couple of months, it was like, okay, I have to do something. I just can't stay home. I wish, but that didn't. Money wasn't coming in, of course, so I had to do something. And just one day scrolling on my feed, this came up, and I wasn't skeptical or nothing. I didn't even know the person who wrote that ad that I saw. It was okay. I think I remembered what I remember reading is she was working from home. She has kids, and you could do this in your in your free time, and it adapts to your lifestyle. So I thought, and that picked my curiosity, and I watched it, and yeah, within 2 weeks I joined, and the rest is history. Here I am. Mm.
5 years already running the business, right?
Yeah, it'll
Or
be 6 years in
oh
six
my
years in
goodness,
April.
yeah. Okay, I can. So both Keith and Natasha has kind of the same background. They lost their job, but they didn't look for this business. Yeah, but we never imagined that we will hit that bottom of life. Yeah,
Yeah,
the challenge, losing our jobs, need to find another one, and then but suddenly this business show up to us like in our feeds, and then this is
yeah,
it. 3 years, 4 years later, 5 years later. Okay, thank
exactly.
you, Natasha. And I want to hear from Ari. What about you, Ari? You are a government employee already. What's missing in life? So why you are here? So tell us your story.
Okay. I have so many reasons why I actually decided to do online business. Actually, I've been looking this type of business for a while since COVID time back then. But the thing is, I didn't know how to find this kind of business back then. But I knew the internet is actually very potential. I've been working the whole of my life, and then in the last 5 years, I got involved in the government sector and being a full-time employee as well. And then, but my husband and myself, we've been working the whole of our life, but apparently we still need more. We didn't have enough savings, and then
Mm,
that's the one that made me think. We have mortgage a house, and then we living paycheck to paycheck, and then I feel like I don't have enough lifestyle to take the space, so I can actually doing what I wanted to do, like taking my kids for holidays, things like that. And my kids also growing, getting bigger, and my daughter in the high school, and both of them in the private school as well. It's definitely, it just like made me worry back then. And I was thinking, oh no, if I just rely on my government job, and then my husband rely on his job, and then while we still paying mortgage, and then while cost of living also rising so much, and how I can, get some more savings. Like a while ago, I found out that my mother back in Indonesia got sick, and then I couldn't really help much back then because I didn't have any savings. I couldn't travel over there just to see her when she was in the emergency, things like that. So yeah, that made me think. This is my second year. I joined here at the beginning of 2023, so it's almost 2 years right now. And then yeah, I actually looking for this kind of business until one day I saw the opportunity, this ads online through social media that actually caught my eye, and I thought, oh, this is the one. And then straight away, I I I wasn't actually I was actually sure. I didn't really have any other not sure things, because I believe something that online we can do online. I just asked question back then. Actually, I contacted, and then I had a lot of conversation with the advertiser back then. And then, yes, shortly, within 2 weeks, like Natasha, I actually decided to watch the webinar, and then, yeah, did coaching call, and I got into the business. But unfortunately, back then I was really busy with the nature of my job as well. I work in the emergency services, so it's really busy. It depends on what the season of the day, a lot of deployments, things like that. So the business actually started very slow. And then, yeah, and I did my study as well to finish my uni as well. Last year it was struggling, but I did it. I managed to did it. I did commit to do this business, and then I plugged into it and everything. So I keep going, and then in the last 6 months, I came back. I got all the advertising and everything. So now I feel like I'm growing. I did achieve what I needed to achieve. I got all my investment that I spent on the business all back. I got even extra, even more. I got a chance to take my kids for holidays overseas and to see my family back in Indonesia last year. It was really good actually, and now we'll never look back.
I'm happy for you to listen your story, because many of us as employees, we are so comfortable with our existing job, which most of us are still struggling, right? Like what you said, live paycheck to paycheck and still have mortgages to pay. And if we think about 20 years, 30 years mortgage, and we cannot live our life like the one we wanted, so how we can live with that, right? So thank you, Ari, for encouragement, because since most of people saying, why you are a government employee, you're an oil and gas engineer or work there, why you still look for something else? But if
Don't get
something
me
happens,
wrong,
like
I love my job. I have the best job that everyone wanted. Everyone wants. I really love my job, but hey, loving the job itself is not helping our situation. We need more in
exactly,
life, and
exactly, yeah. Yeah, of course, we deserve better life. Yeah, going holiday without worries, visiting your parents without having to
yeah.
check your bank accounts, right? Or taking a credit card to pay for that. It's
And one thing
many
though,
people.
I'm getting old as well. It's like I'm close to 50 right now, and I feel like I need to think more about, you know, um, to retire early. So it would be good if I can actually just, in the next 3 years, I can actually just stop so I can enjoy my life. I've been working in the past 30 years, so non-stop. I couldn't think when was last time I actually stopped. Maybe after giving birth.
Yeah,
I
and it
got
is so possible
for the
in
short
this
period of
business.
time. But yeah, now I'm looking forward to actually, that's my goal, to retire early.
Okay, we're so looking forward to that as well. So thank you, Aris. Now let's hear from Kate. So you're in a health industry. You can tell your story, Kate.
Yes, hello. Thank you. It's all lovely stories. This is what I love about this community. And
Mm-hmm.
it gets me so inspired every day hearing different stories. We all have our different reasons and backgrounds, yet we have that core motivation and why we do what we do. And as for me, it's the same with Ari, Keith, and everyone, and Debbie. We all love our jobs. I am grateful for the job that I have, and it has taught me a lot of valuable skills and experiences. And it I have done so much in life as well. It's because of the job that I have. And however, I know deep deep in me that I always wanted something that I can call my own. And this has heightened when I became a mom. So I'm a mom of
Mm-hmm.
two. That's my background. And I've got a little girl and I've got a 10 months old baby boy. And I've just
Mm.
recently got back from just finished my maternity leave. And I found this business not long ago. So I may be the
Okay.
maybe the youngest in the, when well, not youngest, but when I found this business. And um and, and if I can be honest with our audience, I had a difficult uh, pregnancy and
Mm-hmm.
postpartum, and I had a lot of different challenges juggling profession my work and being a
Mm-hmm.
mom when I have my first child. And I know having two children will bring about a different kind of challenge. And because I had a difficult postpartum stages, and I know that it is going to be a a different level of challenge for me when I go back to work. And I was at the stage where I know I could do something if there is an option for me to reclaim a little bit more of a flexibility so that I can focus on my well-being, and at the same time can don't compromise, watching my kids grow, be present on their milestones, and things like short notice changes to schools and appointments with children. There's always this and that. It's always so difficult because we know that healthcare industry, we take care of people's lives, and we
Mm-hmm.
can't just take a short notice day off. We
Mm-hmm.
also have a professional responsibility that we need to keep, and sometimes it always keeps me left guilty guilty
Mm-hmm.
not being able to cover what I need to as a mother, or guilty it's because I have to take a day off and I have to cancel my clinic.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people is also relying on me, but at the end of the day, I always have to choose. And
Mm-hmm.
I think I've come to a point where at that stage, I am nearly going back to work. And I think it's a divine, it's a divine power that I found this business. I was just scrolling through social media like everyone else. This is the power of social media. I didn't know about any of this business. All I know is I wish I could find something that I could do at the side of what I do so I could reduce my hours and be present more so I could take care of myself and be present for my family. And it's just a story that I resonated with. She's also a mom. She also works in healthcare industry. And just
Mm-hmm.
that's it. I watched a free webinar, learn more about it. And the only thing I said to myself, why have I not known about this business? I
Mm-hmm.
wish I had known this long time ago. I could probably have started it long time ago. And the only thing is I was just excited when I learned more about it. The more you learn it, the more you can see the potential. And that's why I am here. And yes, the rest is a story. And I am still learning, but I am in a stage where I know that I'm gradually coming back to my professional job now because I have to. I can't just
Mm-hmm.
leave. But I know at the back of my mind, I know that I wanted to do this more, and that is my goal as well. And I've been learning and learning more and seeing more about the inside of the business. I couldn't say anything, it's just the best I have seen so far. I'm not overselling it. I'm not saying anything. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
And any people who would, and because I haven't, most of us probably haven't had any background with business, digital business in general, or business, and all the systems and tools that we have is just supported me starting this. And then I wish I could inspire others as I am inspired by each and every one of you and everyone in our community.
Thank you, Kate. That's beautiful. Yeah, because we saw that ad, we saw so many people succeeding. We saw plenty of people get pension way earlier. They don't have to work another 20 years because of this business. So if they can, why can't we, right? So I'm kind of in the middle between Kate and Keith because I was also in the oil and gas industry, Kate. So I know Keith. So I know about how you far away from your kids being far on and far off, like sent outside of the country. I was that time. I was like that in a construction, but now I'm in a construction industry. And with Kate, I started the business as well when I was my baby boy was no my baby girl was only 9 months. So I can really relate that you want to be there and still making money, still being independent, and you will be thankful to yourself because you will. Now I reduce my hours already in construction and do this business more, and you will be thankful a lot. You started now before your kids get grown up. So before we close this, I want to ask each one of you guys the one thing or two things. I know Keith already mentioned it, but can you mention one or two more, Keith, about what is the comparison that the other online businesses don't have that we do have here? So because we have like hundreds there, right? So what is what we have but the other don't?
Well, I don't know what I can really say about that. As far as online businesses, this is the only thing I've ever done. So I don't have nothing to really compare it to. The training is awesome. Everything here, all the people. I'm meeting all of you for the first time today. I've never met you before, and so it's a
Yes.
global business, which is great. I guess maybe the best thing about this maybe is we work with a company that provides all our products, and we don't have to track or do any shipping or any of that kind of thing. All we're doing is presenting a business. So the business model is awesome. You don't have to do any of that. So maybe that's the best thing there, Debbie, I guess.
Yeah, I'm so agree with you. You don't have to start from zero, like creating a brand and how to do the test. Yeah, in any kind of business, you need to have either service or product to make a profit, right? And we don't have to create any of those. And
No.
we have all the support, we have the automations, so any busy people can do it since we have the automation. So I'm agree with you, Keith. Why this is the best? Because we don't have to recreate, or we don't have to create our own and
No.
make the test outside.
Yeah, the business model's already there. It's proven system and it does work. So, I mean, there's so many other people, and I know all of us have seen the people that are successful within this business. It works, and that's it.
That's true. Like Kate said that she didn't had any knowledge. We all didn't have. Keith also said this is the first time, but uh, he has the support from the community, from the startup of the business until now. So what about you, Natasha? What is the best thing that keeps you here until 5 years in the business?
I think the automation. I choose the automation. Well, first of all, the reason why I that made me jump in was the fact that I didn't have to do any selling. That was why I jumped in. So that was my the how do you say it? The point on the I that made me choose this business. I thought, oh yes, the fact that I don't have to sell. Well, let me continue, and that's why I chose it. And now being here during for the last 5 years, I'd say automation because your business will continually run even though even though you don't have to be present. So because I've been dealing with it the last 3 years with health issues, but my business has kept running. So that's something. I mean, where will you find that?
Exactly.
If you have a business offline, you have to be there. And when you get sick, then what? You have to shut down the place, or you have to have staff that will run your business. But here in the online space, you, you, you your business doesn't stop; it just keeps on running. That's I think for me that's the best part.
Thank you, Natasha. I am so agree, especially for us mothers and also employees at the same time. We cannot do like maybe we only have 2 hours in a day that we can rest for ourselves, right? But this business we can do it within 1 hour, 2 hours, however we want to do it because the automations run in the background. And yeah. And so now I'm heading to Ari. What about you, Ari? What's the best one?
For me, when I learned about the business, and then I did totally, learn everything, because back then I wanted to make sure this is the right business for me, and this is actually something that legitimate and legal, because I live in Australia. You know what's happened. Everything has to be done properly, so I can actually claim as my business. And yes, this business is legitimate. But the one that really blew me away about is the company that we work with in this business. They actually have such a great retirement plan. That's the main thing that actually back then really got me. And then the retirement plan that they have over there is amazing. That's the one that keep me going. That I keep looking forward towards that plan for, towards my goal to retire early, because I know I can do that. That thing is really something that make me my main goal, which is to retire early, because of that plan, that retirement plan. And also this business actually I can hand me down a lot as a legacy for my kids as well. Imagine that I grew up from the family that is not from the wealthy family. I always dream when I was a child, always, my parent had a business and I can continue my parents' business, but no, that's just my dream. But with this business, apparently, we can actually leave a legacy to our kids. One day when we think we have enough, we just can give it away to them. They can continue. And yeah, they can continue our journey. Even we can just create another brand's opportunity for them. That's awesome. And giving them another, more retirement plan for them, maybe, which is right for the long term. It's awesome. That I'm looking forward for that. That's why I'm really confident with this business. I can do it. I just need to keep going. And yeah, if everyone can do it, we can do it too, because this business is real.
Yeah, I'm so agree about legacy because however long you work for somebody else as a director, manager, once they don't need us anymore, it cannot be passed on to our kids. Still need to go for another another company, start from very bottom, right? But if you have this, and you can also give it to your kids once they're 17 or 18. Thank you, Ari, for that. And before we go to Kate, I want to say about the business. I want to, how to say it? I want to tell to everybody that this is not a multi-level marketing or MLM. Okay, we don't have to. I don't. This is why I chose this business at first, because I don't have to bug my family and friends about the business at all. So we run advertisement, and then that's it. I don't have to bug anybody. So that's how we learn everything from our training. And the training will taught us how to do things in the business. So what about you, Kate?
So that's for me. If you'll ask me the one word or one reason what I saw about this business that I haven't seen in anything else, I'll probably subconsciously looking for something else. So I've learned few things in the digital world. There are a lot of things in there. You scroll on social media, a lot of things appear, and the more you click onto that, it's just the algorithm works on that. And probably I've seen this business because of that. I was subconsciously like, just the one that interests you. And in being honest, I saw this couple of times, same person, same ad. I didn't do anything, but I think it's just happened right at the right time when I was in the right place as well, where I thought I give it a go. I click on it and saw it. And what I can say about it is the potential. It's the limitless potential to grow as a person, as an entrepreneur, and when you become successful as a leader and part of a community to inspire other people, and a limitless potential, and we know that the generous compensation plan, it's patented. So there are different streams of income as well. I know this is just an icing on the cake. I know this is one of the major factors that most people do businesses and or to earn extra income. But we know in our hearts there is a deep motivation about it because we can't do anything about reality. We need to pay our bills. We need this and that. And there's a lot of things going on that even if we keep working hard, nothing is changing on the background of what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So people, things get harder, but life doesn't get easier. So even if you are earning as a manager, as a boss, you have a good, everyone here is a very good, respectable professions. Even if we all enjoyed it in some ways, somehow we are kind of looking into something that would want us to focus more on what we really want to do in life. Like for Keith, it's all beautiful story, Natasha, Ari, and you, Debbie. And for me, it's that potential. So we know if we can free ourselves from financial burden, which is it's a limitless potential in this business, we can do more things. We can be more of the things that we wanted for ourselves. We can do more of our passions. We could be we could build a community that also help other people,
Mm-hmm.
spend more time with our family, or look after ourselves. And that is just one of my major things. I wanted to look after myself a little bit more so that I can be a better version of myself as a mom, and as a friend, or as a family, or as a
Mm-hmm.
professional. When I work to the hospital, I want to be um, healthy and in all aspects so I could serve my patients. And sometimes with everything going on, with all of other responsibilities and other things that we really is not our fault, but we have to abide by it. And it's just we can't do anything, but we need that flexibility. And that is what I found in this business, that flexibility that it gives you, and the limitless potential about many other things.
Thank you, Kate. That's beautiful. The potential in the business is limitless. Yeah. Not like our current job, which has the gap for the salary each year, maybe only 10%, 5% of an increment. But in this business, we don't have that gap or limits. So thank you so much, everybody, for today or tonight. I hope this inspires anybody who watching right now. So for people who wants to know more about the business, so you can go write the comment below. We are live on each pages, and we will send you the replay link, so you can watch the free webinar, and then you can contact each one of us. Okay, thank you so much,
Thank
and see you guys on the next live. Bye for
Bye bye.
now.
Thank
you. Bye.